Hello everybody, this is Professor Reed. Welcome to Statistics 1 Online for the winter 2020 term. I wanted to make a brief video showing you a few things that you'll need to know to be able to get rolling in the course. Right now you should be seeing my desktop of my office computer. You can see my dog Casey taking a nap. And anyway, I want to show you a few different things to get rolling in the course. First thing, just a few URL addresses. The way I access Blackboard is to go straight to it, broom.open.suny.edu. You can get through it going through my college, the SUNY Broom platform, but I like going through broom.open.suny.edu. For example, if there's a power outage at Broom, going through the Broom platform won't get you there, but this one will. For my stat lab, which is what we're going to use for our weekly homework assignments, and for you to access the electronic book, there's like 10 different URL addresses that all go to the same place. The one that I just use is coursecompass.com, and it redirects you to a much longer site. And we will be using Minitab for a couple things, and it will be required on one of our major assignments. You can access it through this application portal, apps.sunybroom.edu, which I'll show you in a minute. Or you can download a free 30-day trial version from minitab.com. Note, they have version 19 for the 30-day trial, I believe, and our college is running version 17 and 18. Anyway, I'll give you a second to get these down if you want to, and then I'll roll into Blackboard and show you what the course looks like. So again, I'm just using that broom.open.suny.edu, and it'll take me to the Blackboard sign-in. So using our SUNY Broom username and password, we're in. I have a whole bunch of courses over here. We got to find the winter semester 2020 for Math 124. And the way that I have it organized over here on the left panel, course info and docs, those are the things like the syllabus, directions for registering for my stat lab, a table of the course assignments and due dates, a separate video I made that shows you detailed using my math lab information. I got to warn you, this getting started doc and information is a little bit older, but it still shows you, how to use the apps.sunybroom site and things like that. Then there's a link to some Minitab data for New York colleges, and then there's a lengthy, I think this is about a 30-minute video where I'm showing you how to do a bunch of stuff on Minitab. A bunch of the stuff I show you will be used by you a little bit later on for doing the Minitab and partial final exam review assignment. A few of the things I haven't shown yet, but hopefully I'll be able to make another Minitab use video to help you out a little bit later. Then for the last couple chapters, or the last handful of chapters, there's a couple tables that you can use if you don't want to get them through the My Stat Lab. So just a couple things real quick. We're doing an entire statistics course in just 3 weeks, so it's kind of a crazy sprint the whole semester. I do not advise taking another winter semester course, and people that have a lot of family and work obligations these next 3 weeks, it's going to be difficult. In a regular semester, students are in class for about 3 hours, and depending on the student, do anywhere between, just a couple up to maybe 10 hours of work outside of class. So doing this in all the whole class in 3 weeks, it's going to take a lot of work. So make sure that you're doing something for the class each day. Do not expect to be able to just sign in on one day during the week and get everything done. We're basically covering 5 weeks worth of material each week in our semester. Right now, these weekly folders, I have the 3 different weeks organized. I do got to change those dates a little bit, but weeks 1, 2, and 3. Inside each week, you'll see a link to the suggested chapter notes for you to do, and various links to the discussion in StatLab and note on due date. So I kind of pasted out for you, which is in line with, again, this course assignment and due date document. You know, to get done, here's kind of what I'm thinking we're doing each week is the table, and then below it I have the due dates for all of the assignments that we have in the class. Alright, for each chapter that we look at, whether you access the material through the weekly folders or you're looking at notes and lecture videos by chapter, I'm just going to pick one of them. Let's just jump into chapter 8. So what I've done for most of the chapters is have a narrated set of PowerPoint slides. So when you watch that, it's probably good to have either headphones or from a home computer that you can turn the volume up on. I'm just giving you background notes via text and then some extra information narrated in there. Then after that is usually, I either call it a printout or a template, something like that, where if you open it, what it'll have is kind of like a handout from class, different notes and examples. What I'd like you to do is print that out, and then following that link, right, again, the last thing I clicked on was the 8.1 printout for video. The next link is a link to a YouTube video that I've made where I'm doing those examples just like a lecture in class. All right, so what I want you to do is print out those. I want you to print out those templates, and I want you to take notes as I'm doing them in the YouTube video. I actually give you free points for this. At the end of this semester, when you either show up to campus to take the final exam with me, you can bring it in person and hand it in, or if you're going to use another proctor, a testing center outside of the area, you can email those templates to me as PDF files, and I give you, I believe I said 30 points in the syllabus, so it's a free 30 out of 30 points for the people that are willing to spend the time and watch those videos and take the notes. This is really the best thing that you can do to help prepare yourself for the final exam. Final exam has to be proctored, so you either have to come to campus and take it with me on Friday the 24th of January, or you've got to look pretty quick to getting it booked at a testing center near you. There is, if you click over here, final exam guide and proctoring docs, I do have a final exam guide with a few questions, and you can do that to help get ready for the final exam too. But looking at those YouTube videos are really, really helpful. All right. Next, I want to show you how you're going to access our textbook and what that My Stat Lab looks like. I'm just going to do it real quick because there's that other video that goes more in depth. So again, I just type in CourseCompass.com and it redirects us to the official site, which is PearsonMyLabandMastering.com. So you guys will end up registering as a student, and there is a handout in the course info and docs area that walks you through the process. But once you have your account set up, you just sign in. Right, find our class, so statistics for winter 2020. Your view will end up being a little bit different than mine. Alright, so in assignments, there's 3 assignments that are already open. We're only going to have 3 assignments for the class, 1 for each week. Alright, and you can click on them to work on them, and I show you how to do this in that other video. What I'm more interested in here is the e-textbook. So there's this one link right here over on the left side that says e-text. So if I click on that, I can open up the e-text. And it's telling me I've got to enable pop-ups. But anyway, this lets you flip through page by page, and it's a little bit of a pain in the neck because of that. So there's a different way that you can access the ebook, which might be a little bit better and a little bit more focused as well. So you can do it down here where it says Multimedia Library. What this will allow you to do is jump right to a chapter in a section. So let's say you're working in chapter 4 and we're dealing with 4.2 least squares regression. Now you can see all these different things. You can see some PowerPoint notes, you can see some videos that the textbook publisher has made, you can see chapter test prep videos. These things are kind of nice, but they have a lot of extra stuff that we don't need. If you just want to view the textbook, just click on Multimedia Textbook, and then you can open it down below. And then it shows you what our textbook has for that particular section. So, in addition to the notes that I provide, there might be some sections where you really need to go into the section and see their examples to get some extra help. Some of the sections are easier than others. This way you've got access to the book. This way you don't have to buy a hard copy. If you prefer a hard copy, you can find it at a reasonable price on Amazon or other sources. Alright, so that's accessing the ebook, and again the other video shows you kind of how to do the homework problems. There's all kinds of hints and resources available when you work on the homework, and I give you 3 tries at each problem. For the proctoring info, please read that over. If you live close enough to campus to make it in on Friday the 24th, I'm doing 2 different final exam slots, one in the morning, 8 to 10 in the morning, and one in the evening, 6 to 8 in the evening. As soon as I get the room numbers for that, I'll pass it along to you through Blackboard announcements. If you can't make it to campus, again, start trying to call around and find a testing center near you that's open and can get you in. You should probably look for, if not Friday the 24th, Thursday the 23rd, but I don't think I'd go any earlier than that. Okay, other than that, there's a couple of assignments, and there's also discussions that we got to do for the course. For the discussions, we'll have a discussion each week. I grade discussions for 20 points each week, and again, participate in them. As long as you're participating, bringing in information, interacting with your classmates, you typically get high scores. In fact, people that post on multiple days, answer, and participate in all the threads and bring in good content. You're not just posting, oh, good point, or yes, I agree. As long as you're bringing in new ideas and good content and participate throughout the week, I typically give higher scores, 85, 90% or higher. And people that are really leaders in the discussion and making really good points, asking good questions, they get the above the 90% grades. But getting the high discussion grades are good ways to get yourself a little bit of a buffer in case you miss a deadline, or in case you don't score as well as you'd like to on the final. Alright, we will have 3 assignments that you submit on Blackboard as well. Right now, if you sign in and look at this, you'll probably only see the first one, which is it's listed second here. I'll move it up, the prerequisite check and course policy quiz. I just need to check to make sure that people have an adequate math background, and I want to ask you some questions on the course policy. So you shouldn't really see the other 2 assignments yet until you submit that one. Make sure you do that soon. You can do it over the weekend. I will open this course no later than Saturday morning, although it might be available tonight. So do that prerequisite check and course policy quiz first to get these other things open and get rolling this week if you'd like to. Alright, last thing I'm going to show you on this is that apps.sunybroom.edu site. Now, for the Minitab assignment, you can download the 30-day trial of Minitab if you'd like to. You can come to campus and use Minitab on our computers. We have a math lab in the basement of the library. I give you info on that in the syllabus, but you can do Minitab there. There's also this other site, apps.sunybroom.edu. When you sign in, there's this little thing that says use light version. Go ahead and click on that, and then what you need is your SUNY Broom info and SUNY Broom password. It might not work on this computer because it's kind of a pain, but yeah, it seems to be okay. So anyway, what this would let you do is from a home computer you can use Minitab, you can use PowerPoint, Excel, or anything. What you're doing, no matter where you are, once you access apps.sunybroom.edu and sign in, you're operating through the college's system. So like things like copy and pasting gets a little bit weird if you're trying to copy from something you're doing inside of apps and then pasting it to something that you're running on your computer. There's some issues involved there. But anyway, you still, I think, can do screenshots and stuff like that from it. So this gives you another option for doing the Minitab stuff. With Minitab and that one assignment, sometimes people have a hard time getting Minitab to copy and paste. What you could do is, just like I did, go to the apps.sunybroom.edu, and then you can open up from here. You can open up Minitab 17, Minitab 18, whatever the case is. Work on it. You can save it to your Z drive. Saving it to the Z drive means that if you're on campus anytime in the future, you could access it from any campus computer. It's kind of a neat little tool that we have available. Or I really just recommend downloading the 30-day Minitab trial, because even though it won't be the exact same version of Minitab I'm using in my videos, I doubt they've changed that much. Alright, so I don't want to make this too long. Please, when you get a chance, sign back into Blackboard and check out the layout of Blackboard and try to get a little bit comfortable. This first week we have a discussion to participate in. We have a MyStatLab assignment that's due. Those two things are both due Sunday night, although with a discussion, to get a good score you need to be making your original posts and interacting with classmates, either asking them questions or answering their questions multiple times throughout the week. So you can't just sign in 1 or 2 days and get that done. Be working on that throughout the week. And then one of the assignments is a real short one. It's some stuff on sampling and real basic research questions. That is due not this week, but Wednesday the 15th. Alright folks, so looking forward to meeting everybody. One of the things I'm going to put in the discussions for week 1 added in is just an intro area where I just want to get to know you guys a little bit. So looking forward to that. And if you want to add a picture here, an avatar or a profile picture on Blackboard, you can click on this drop down menu, and it should be under either tools or settings where you can add a picture. So anyway, welcome to the class. Look forward to meeting you. Have a good weekend, everybody.